Hey villains, welcome back to Villain Tarot. This is your story time reading for today. Story time number 27. All right, let's get into it. So how I do story time is I pull 10 cards, leave them face up so everybody can see it. I breathe the story in, I start telling you the story, and then I leave one card laying face down on top of the deck. That card is going to be the surprise ending. So you need to stick around till the end to see how this story actually ends. All right, let's get into it. What's going on? What's going on today? All right, I'm going to take from the top here. All right, so give me a second. I'm going to breathe this story in. I'm going to start telling you the story. All right, villains, let's get into this story. So I have a story here about a man named Brandon. Brandon was the go-to friend. Brandon was the one that always had advice for people. He's the one that everybody would go to when they needed something, and no matter what they would ask of him, he would try to find a way to help them. But what comes with that type of energy, like overgiving and oversharing your energy, is people taking advantage of you. All of a sudden, he started saying no to people, and then he started seeing who was really around him just to get things out of him and who actually is around him that supports him. Because he even went as far as trying to help one of his friends get out of a abusive situation. And because he did that, he ended up having to share and take on some of that karma. This was just Spirit teaching Brandon a lesson about protection. Once he got to this place of like rock bottom, his life was just a mess. That's when he realized like something's got to give here, something's got to change. And I know I'm not going to be able to change these people, but I have a great chance in changing myself. And Spirit was teaching him like, you literally have the world in your hand, Brandon. You can do whatever you want. If you want to spend it solving everybody else's problems, you can. But you need to know what that energy comes with. So he decided to change. He decided to be loving, but he also learned how to say no to people. And when he did that, that's when he was able to find some stability and real happiness. Because he found his self, he found his strength through these trials. But that doesn't mean people stopped asking him for help. All right? Now that he set boundaries, he was even more attractive. And he was more attractive to people like him. So he was like, okay, well, these people now are like me and they're asking me for help, Spirit. What do I do? He's trying to weigh his options. Like, do I still stick to what I've been doing, or do I start giving to these new people or this new group of people that actually seem like they respect my energy? They respect who I am. But he decided, you know what? I'm not going back. I already know what the past brought me. I'm going to continue to focus on myself. I'm going to continue to focus on my work, my strength, my spirit. Because when I'm my best, that's when I can actually be the best for everybody else. And he was. Because he worked so hard on these cups, he was able to give and receive an abundance of love, but he was able to give from the cups full. That helped him be able to spread his love even further. This work that he put into himself gave him the abundance to start exploring and expanding himself. Let's see how does the story end? Everybody hating. So people felt left out. People felt abused by him because he would say no. But that's not his problem. Look at his cups and look at the haters. So because they're deciding to focus on what he's not doing for them, they'll live their life miserable. Instead of doing for themselves, people around him were miserable. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Storytime reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.